Stephen of the House Shives, first of his name, had a thoughtgasm today on Twitter, and it went something like this. Atheists annoyed with Neil deGrasse Tyson for appearing to jump through hoops to avoid calling himself an atheist need to get a grip. I don't know his reasons. Perhaps he genuinely doesn't identify as an atheist, even privately, for whatever reason. Perhaps he thinks it's more practical for him as a science communicator not to associate himself with any identity other than scientist. Whatever his reasons, it's his deal, and ultimately it's no one else's business. Let's be clear on the issue of Neil deGrasse Tyson. This is a man who does not believe in God. Try to stay with me here, because this is where it gets really, really tricky. Because he does not believe in God, he is an atheist. I'm not asking him if that's what he is or what he chooses to identify as. I'm telling him that's what he is. It's obvious.
What did you fucking say?
Because he chooses not to state that he's an atheist in public when he is square in the middle of scientific debate and trying to raise the consciousness of those who are irrational and scientifically illiterate, for him to skirt this issue and not admit that he's an atheist and say so without any hesitation is shameful. Therefore, he is not just an atheist, he is a coward and a vagina. He is a mustached vagina. Much like you, Steve. So it's very odd, or not odd at all actually, that you would look up to a prominent vagina when you are an unknown vagina.
Well, I guess it's okay to tell this. We don't have any nigger lovers here.
Can I say vagina again?
Pussy.
And his role as a science communicator, wait, so you think it will be enhanced if he's intellectually dishonest and fearful to admit something that is at the core of the scientific process? If he understands science and the burden of proof and the need for evidence and how beliefs or knowledge is formed and acquired, then the fact that he does not have a belief in God and is therefore an atheist is kind of relevant. This is the entire point of critical thinking. And for him to fail on this issue is inexcusable. So that's why I say fuck Neil deGrasse Tyson. Sweetheart of a guy. Coward on the biggest issue of our lives. Coward. Whatever his reasons, it's his deal and ultimately it's no one else's business. No, it's my business. He is a public figure who is a science celebrity. And his failure on this is my business. It's everybody's business. This label is not a group. You don't sign up and pay dues. You don't get a card if you admit that you are an atheist. It's a statement of fact. And his aversion to this, his fear of admitting what he is a problem. And he shall be shamed for it by me and by anybody else who wants to call it like it is. A lot of annoyance I'm seeing from prominent atheists about this comes across like they're pissed a great player won't join their team. No, we're just annoyed that this obnoxious, long-winded tool thinks that every utterance that he makes is some sort of revelation worthy of being etched in stone. The cause of atheism has never been helped by Neil deGrasse Tyson, and nobody thinks that him writing a book on the topic or speaking about it in public is going to change much. In fact, atheists don't even talk about atheism anymore, Steve. Have you picked up on that fact? Do you know why we stopped? It's not because we don't care about it, it's because we won.
Using sperm.
We won. There's nothing more that needs to be said. It's been expressed. It's not even interesting. There's no counter-argument. It's just sad, vestigial people taking part in magical thought and bygone rituals. It's embarrassing, just like Neil deGrasse Tyson's aversion to calling himself an atheist is embarrassing, just like you and your elongated eyebrows and your fidget wife and your sloping shoulders and your posture and your bendy nose and your head clit, otherwise known as your ear, your left ear, your fat little baby fat ears, your stupid ass costume with your pen and your mildewy hat hiding your male pattern baldness. You are weak, and you seek to emulate other people who are weak. And one of my biggest gripes with people like you is you intend to franchise your weakness.
Using sperm.
You sell it. You say, hey, everybody, here's my brand of weakness. You should be weak like me. What they need to realize is, regardless of Neil deGrasse Tyson's reasons, There are tons of legitimate reasons why people wouldn't want to join their team. You see what kind of a fucking queer this guy is? He thinks of it as teams. Once again, there are Christians and atheists and Jews and Muslims. This is not what we're talking about right now. Nobody cares if Neil deGrasse Tyson is an atheist. It's not going to help the cause. He would be intellectually consistent and living in accordance with the facts. So calling him out in that hypocrisy is worthwhile. But the larger issue is, forget your religious identity. It's whether or not you're weak or strong. That's it, weak or strong. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your opinion on this or that, your political leanings. Just stop being a goddamn pussy. Can we do that? Anybody? Too much to ask, apparently. Apparently that's too much to ask. Steve continues, I'm an atheist, and I openly identify as such. Oh, Steve, which pronouns should I use for you? And I encourage any atheists who want to do the same. Hashtag normalize atheism, baby. Yeah, baby. Is that one of his stuffed animal characters? Oh, you betcha, baby. Well, thanks, Steve. Thanks for telling us you identify. So wait, you want to normalize atheism, but you just gave Neil deGrasse Tyson a pass for lying about the fact that he's an atheist, but he won't admit to it. He will if you wrench his mustache enough and you just say, no, Neil, we're not asking you if you have 100% certainty. We're not asking you anything other than the fact that, do you believe in God, yes or no? If the answer is no, you're an atheist, period, end of story. Why are you running and hiding from it? It is scandalous. And that's why I say, fuck him. But I get why some would be reluctant or flat out unwilling to call themselves an atheist. And a lot of that has to do with other atheists. So Steve is like one of these people. He's white, but he doesn't like all the white people. Some of them are bad whites. Steve's an atheist, but he doesn't like all the atheists. Some of them are bad ones. In fact, if you're not exactly like Steve, you're a bad one.
Deek.
You're bad. Oh, you naughty. Steve is upset that not all the atheists agree with him. On what, you say? Oh, well, you know, his virtue signaling about punching Nazis, his policy about punching people whom he disagrees with, his male feminism, his rampant censorship, his authoritarian pussified nature. All of those things come across as a bit, flagrantly fucking lame. But at least Steve admits he's an atheist. I'm against respectability politics, no matter what the venue, and I don't think atheists need to be better behave about their atheism. What? Try that one again. I'm against respectability politics, no matter what the venue. What the fuck does that mean? And I don't think atheists need to be better behave about their atheism. Thanks, Steve. Good luck with that aneurysm you just had in that tweet. Steve Shives is a comical figure because he has doubled down on his inane limp dickery about 1,000,000 times and is just bravely venturing into the void of empathizing this world into a better place. It is one of the saddest pieces of unintentional performance art I've ever seen. I spit in the face of Steve Shives and his pathetic little brain. This chump-ass bitch from a buttfuck nowhere town in Maryland with 0 job experience, no discernible skills, and a physical form that is, for lack of a better word, grotesque, continues to be at the tip of the spear when it comes to regressive vaginal yeastiness. I cannot believe this man is this clueless that he pumps out this brand of drivel on a daily basis, and people pay him for that. Let that sit with you tonight. Enjoy your nightmares. This is Devin Tracy saying fuck Steve Shives, and Neil deGrasse Tyson is an atheist.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out, stainless steel. Go hard, getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make the...
Oh my God, I thought it was over. It continues. Look at this guy. It's all the other stuff that many atheists bring along with their atheism that is the problem. Oh, Steve, is it problematic? What is it about us, Steve? If you're an atheist who's upset that a famous and respected person is refusing, you think, to call themselves an atheist, consider this. Why would somebody, regardless of their own non-belief in gods, want to join a team with so many racists and misogynists on it? Steve, you dunce. For starters, there are no teams. This is a description of his beliefs. What does his non-belief in gods have to do with any other belief? Atheists are atheists and have one thing in common. They don't believe in God. You are a punk bitch who thinks everybody's racist and a misogynist. Why in your little rodent brain do you find it convenient to merge everybody's views on all sorts of topics and call that a team And it's the team of atheists? What? And so then Neil deGrasse Tyson is allowed to not admit he's an atheist when he is because racism? The fuck? Steve, shut your fucking beak. God damn it, that is powerfully dumb. Why would someone want to join a team where many of the most prominent players, have recently promoted and defended scientific racism? And this is a shot at Sam Harris. And what a pussy, he can't even call out Sam Harris. Dude, tag him in this shit. Recently promoted and defended. Explain scientific racism, Steve. The bell curve IQ tests that track reality? Which part of that is racist, Steve? God, you're such a weakling. Why would someone want to join a team where players with histories of sexism and sexual harassment are still welcomed and celebrated? Oh, Steve, you are such a conquering hero for the oppressed women of this world. Steve, you have a sexist music collection. Let's not forget that. You watch Buffy, not Angel. Reason why? You're a sexist pig. Why would someone want to join a team where bigotry against one particular religion is regularly spouted, then excused or overlooked? Well, Steve, let's beat around the bush here. You're talking about Islam. It's not bigotry because that's an unfair dislike of somebody. There are many reasons, thousands upon thousands, to dislike Islam, and that's all perfectly justified. And as far as one particular religion, yeah, because that religion commits more acts of violence and is a larger threat. It is a totalitarian, medieval, and evil political movement on top of being a religion. It is backwards, it spawns terrorists, and it completely subjugates women and gays and freethinkers and apostates. So what part of that, Steve, how is that the same as the Mormons, Steve? Fucking unbelievable. Shit, I just make YouTube videos and I'm frequently embarrassed by the intolerance and ignorance I see atheists pushing or standing behind. Oh, do you, Steve? You make videos, yeah, you do your little stuffed animal series. It's riveting content. If I had a good career as an author and or TV presenter, that is a massive if. Can we get a larger font size on that, please? Why would I want to be associated with that kind of the toxicity of our movement, Steve, you are a puss. Steve, you are a pussy. Now, somewhere between the sacred silence of Steve. Somewhere, there's pussy. Okay, you get the point. Again, not saying that's the reason why Neil deGrasse Tyson doesn't say, I'm an atheist. But Jesus, complaining that someone won't join your team when the dugout is full of bigots and creeps takes some balls, doesn't it? Fuck, dude.
What did you fucking say?
Wow. What a friggin' display from Steve. This is what he does all day. He writes that out and he's like, I did it. Take that, world. I just did my part for the day. Time to gaze depressingly at my wife's double chin and think, what the fuck? How did I end up here? Steve, you're not bright. Okay? Please just lie down. Lie down. Steve, listen to me. Just stop. Okay? I mean, really. Has it not dawned on you that this is not your thing? The whole thinking and then talking or writing thing? It's just not you, Steve. I think you are better suited to cleaning bathrooms. You know that one job you've had in your life? Cleaning bathrooms at a truck stop.
Using sperm.
And listening to your homeboy Deke say your favorite word in the English language.
Nigger.